Hey guys! Today I want to talk about childhood dreams, aspirations, TV programs, the lot. Everything you used to do as a kid I want to cover in this video because being a kid was great. I loved being a child, and now when you're growing up you kind of have to grow out of some of the stuff that you do, which is a pain. So I just wanted to talk a bit more about how we get on with being children and what did you used to do as a child. Please leave some comments in the bottom for me as to what you did as a kid and what were your favourite things when you were little. Sweets. Oh my god, when you were a kid, didn't you love sweets? Sweets were brilliant, and they still are. As you grow up, they're great still. But the excitement of getting like pocket money, like maybe 50p pocket money, and you'd go down the sweet shop and you'd just spend it. And it was just so much fun. You could choose what you wanted to, and there was always like little different sweets you could get. Things like, do you remember the Hubba Bubba juicy chewing gum or something like that? It was like bubble gum, and then inside it had like jam or something, and then when you chewed it you could get the squirt in the middle. It was really cool. And then I also remember having Reason Chews. Some people may know what Reason Chews are. If you don't, basically they're kind of like cubes with toffee in the middle, and then it's just like dark chocolate around the edge, and they come in like a pack of about, maybe I think it's about 8 or something in a pack, and they were really cool. I loved them. I used to eat them all the time as a kid. Whenever I got pocket money, we used to live opposite a corner shop, and I'd go to the corner shop and get some Reason Chews because I loved them. If you've never tried them, I know you can still get them. I know that Home Bargains does them, I think, and some supermarkets have started doing them a bit more. Really, they come in like big bags nowadays. But I love them. I used to love Reason Chews. They were brilliant. TV programs. Now, when I was a kid, I used to love a lot of TV programs. My mum has told me, and she's filled me in on some of the stuff I used to watch when I was little. So yeah, please check these programs out. If you've not seen them before, then it's probably worth a look. Let your inner child out and watch these programs. Bump the Elephant. I used to watch Bump the Elephant. Bump the Elephant was basically a TV program. It was a cartoon about an elephant called Bump. He was quite a cool little elephant. He was a blue elephant with like a yellow set of dungarees or something, I suppose. And he always had a little bump. He had like a little plaster X or something in the corner of his head, because I don't quite know why. I think he banged his head. And he had a little pal called Birdie. I loved Bump. It was brilliant. Brum. If anybody has ever watched Brum, you know it's about a little car, a little yellow car, who goes out exploring for the day whilst the owners kind of shut up the shop. I can't recall everything that's happened in it, but you can still find it on some TV stations. I think CBeebies have broadcast it a few times. I remember I used to watch it when I was younger. Tots TV, a lot of people know what Tots TV are. Tots TV, they were like 3 little characters. They were like puppets. Was it Tiny? Tiny was a green-haired little boy. Tom, who was like a blue-haired little boy, but he was a black boy. And then there was a French girl. She was like the other puppet, and she had red hair, and she was, hang on, Tilly, Tom and Tiny, that was it. Tilly, yeah, Tilly was like a French one. She'd go, sac magique, bonjour. It was so cool. I loved Tots TV. I remember having a nightie with them on it when I was really young. I tend to remember a lot of random things, but I remember having a nightie with Tots TV on it, and it was so cool. Rosie and Jim. I loved Rosie and Jim. Rosie and Jim. No, I'm not going to sing it because people probably dislike this video purely because I'm singing. This is not good. Anyway, yeah, Rosie and Jim was about 2 puppets. They were a bit like Tots TV. I think it was made by the same company actually. Rosie and Jim was about 2 rag dolls on a canal boat. I suppose it was a canal boat, yeah, called the Old Rag Doll. And yeah, they would sit, and the owner of the boat would like draw pictures or write a story or something for children, and they'd end up in a location somewhere, like when the boat stopped, and then they'd like write a story because of it. I don't know. So they inspired their stories by going to different places. I spilled Coke on the floor! My final favourite TV show when I was little. When I was younger, I used to love the TV show The Wombles. I did find a few of the episodes because it was narrated by Bernard Cribbins, who, if you're any Doctor Who fans, you'll know who starred in Doctor Who. But yeah, it was so good. I loved it. The Wombles, they were wombling free. The Wombles are whim. I'm going to stop again. coming, are we? You can't beat the 90s. Things like even like using your imagination to play games. It was so much fun. You could do whatever you wanted to. I remember I used to turn the chairs over in the lounge sometimes. I can't remember when this was. I swear me and my sister used to do it like at least a couple of times when we were really young. I was about 7, I think. And we turned the chairs over and pretend that we were in like a space capsule or something like that. So you could sit in the chair like backwards. You'd lean it backwards onto its back, and you get in where the legs are and kind of go. Handstands tend to be a quite popular thing to play when you're at school, especially if like you got to go on the field and you'd have a lot more space. You never used to do them on the playground in case you fell over and hurt your leg, but on the field you could do them, and at least then if you fell over then it'd be on something a bit softer. But yeah, handstands. There's a handstand game where you had to kind of go, I am the best or something like that, and then everybody would do a handstand in front of you, and the person that was up for the longest, I can't one, and then they swap over. It was good fun. We got to do different ones. Like we do a game as well where you had to do different types of handstands. So you do a handstand, you have to do like scissors, which was like you just move your legs out a bit when you did a handstand. There was Jelly Baby, that was my favourite. You do a handstand and then you just make your legs jiggle. It was so cool. And you'd cry like a baby. It was really good fun. Toys. When you're a little girl, all you want to do is be mummy and dress up and you play mummy and it's good fun. Now I had a toy doll who I can't remember the name of. I'm sure we probably called her Charlotte because that was my middle name. I think my phone's ringing. Hang on 1 second, I need to go and answer the phone. Sorry about that, guys. The phone rang and I needed to go and get it, and I missed it anyway, so it wasn't a problem. And when you held her, she had like a battery in the back of her, so she could cry and things. And you'd take the dummy out and she'd start like crying. And I remember taking it out and then I'd go, oh dear, and then she'd start to cry, and you had to kind of put the dummy back in. So I remember when I was younger, I think I was playing with a relative, and yeah, I had this doll, and they kept going, oh dear, after me. It was hilarious. I watched the video back from it, and I kind of vaguely remember it, only a little bit, but I vaguely remember it. Nicknames. When you're a kid, you tend to develop a lot of nicknames. Now, I didn't have loads of nicknames. My mum still calls me one of the nicknames she used to call me, and that's El Nombre, because I don't know, it was from a TV programme called Number Time. Yeah, it was like an educational programme. It was often on if you were off sick from school and you wanted to sit and watch the TV, like I think the BBC would put like educational programmes on where you had to like do geography and stuff like that, and Number Time was on. And yeah, there was a character in there called El Nombre who used to help solve like number problems, and my mum said it sounded a bit like Amber or something like that, and it just developed into me being called El Nombre. So even to this day I am known as El Nombre, and even a couple of times where places I've worked they've called me El Nombre. When you're a kid you make a lot of friends. I had a lot of moving about to do when I was a kid. I moved to Coventry when I was 5. A lot of friends better with guys. I don't quite know why when I was younger. And you always get like a little crush when you're a kid as well, so I think that might have been why. But I was a bit of a tomboy when I was a kid, and the friends I made were mainly because I liked something in particular. So I really liked Star Wars as a kid because I was a little bit of a tomboy. I got on with girls, you know, the girls in my class liked me and we used to get on, and you know, we'd have a laugh and it'd be fun. But I tended to get on with the guys because we'd play Star Wars, so we'd pretend to do like lightsabers in the playground. It was just really good fun. And we'd just do this all day long. We'd be in the playground pretending to like whack each other with lightsabers. Like celebrations were like a big deal when you were younger, like Christmas. Christmas was like such a big thing when you're little. Christmas magic, and Easter as well. I remember when I was younger, my granddad, he did like it was called a sweetie tree. So basically whenever we'd go around to see my nana and my granddad, we would plant a blue Smartie in the back garden, anywhere we wanted to, and then overnight it would magically transform into a tree, which when we went outside we'd see bags of sweets hanging off the tree, and we thought it was magic. We were like, oh my god, there's this magic tree that grows sweeties on it. But I was asked if we could plant like a different colour Smartie, and he said no, it wouldn't work. I was like, oh, I got really upset. I wanted to plant an orange one, I think, when I was younger. I remember that kind of going, can we plant an orange one? It's like, no, only works for blue Smarties. Please either like this video, let me know what you think, because you know it's the best way for me to kind of work out if I'm doing a good job or not. Otherwise there's no point me making these videos for you. I'm definitely being inspired to make videos, mostly because of Joe Graceffa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, I hope I am. So if Joey, if you are watching, you are the reason I make videos. So thank you ever so much. I love doing it, and it makes my day. I enjoy making entertainment for other people. So thank you ever so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, especially if you remember some of the programs that I've mentioned. So have a great day, guys. See you later, and I'll be back with you on hopefully Saturday with my song review of week number 6. Anyway, see you later. Goodbye.